to the other side of the Pacific now, and Jarryd Hayne has put in a great performance in his final chance to gain a spot on the San Francisco 49ers team. The former NRL star had his largest number of plays so far in one game. I don't know what I'm about to say, but he failed to make a two-point conversion catch. But veteran NFL reporters say he's proved enough to make the final 53-man squad. That won't be announced, of course, until Sunday, but the 49ers coach isn't giving anything away at this point.
In your mind, clear-cut who your return specialist is, Ellington or Jarryd Hayne?
Everything will be clear-cut right after the weekend. Did you say, did he perform well? I saw him catch passes. I saw him run the ball, and the running, there were some really good plays. There was, just like everybody else, there was a couple there where it's in tight spaces and we got to go, and we've got to keep working on that. I saw him in the passing game. I saw him tackle on coverage units. I saw him return balls, catch balls and return balls. So
he had that one fair catch.
Yeah, that was later in the game. It's fair catch and get the offense on the field.
Traffic too.
Yeah, just fair catch and get the offense on the field.
He could do it.
Yeah, well, he's shown he could do it. Just fair catch and stand there. I'm not going to disrespect any other player, but I will tell you that I think Jarryd's a tough guy.
All right, well, for many Australian sports fans, I don't know, I'm included in this. The game that Jarryd Hayne is trying to crack is a mystery kind of stop-start affair. Now, there's odd positions, confusing rules, and a lot of shouting and stuff that makes no sense to me whatsoever.
I don't find it like that at all. But I could explain it.
I'm sure you could.
But we figured I shouldn't, take up the entire show, right. So therefore we've called in Paul Manera. Paul knows a little about this game as well. He's been involved in gridiron as a coach and as a player for more than 30 years. In fact, before the interview begins, Paul, as a testament to you having been a player, would you kindly stand up to show folks just how big you are, please?
I've kind of shrunk now, but
yeah,
I used to be bigger.
Look at that. Yeah. You're so big the camera can't even accommodate your head. You better sit down again.
Okay, Paul, so let's just start from the beginning. We've got a little clip that would like to play for you and also our viewers of what it sounds like with the commentators with a typical NFL game. We'll play that now and then we'll get you to try and deconstruct what this all means.
Okay.
He's a bit of an established player in the NFL. Most guys stand to want to play in that final preseason game, but the way this night's gone for Crawford, he wants to stay out there all night. Here's Hayne looking for more.
There's Hayne looking for more. What's he doing and what's he looking for?
Well, he's looking to make the team, and he's trying to show the American coaches that he can lower his shoulder because they've been telling him he's running too upright. So what he's doing here is actually what we call finishing the run.
Ah.
So because gridiron is a game where you've only got 4 tackles to make 10 yards, every time you get hit, the coaches want the running backs to go forward on the hit and actually fall forward for an extra yard. And like I said, he's trying to show them that he can actually give contact as well as take contact. So I'm sure he gets some brownie points for that. Now this is actually a screenplay what they're running here. A screenplay is when the quarterback drops back to pass the ball, the receivers all run downfield to take the defense deep. And then what Jarryd will do as the running back is he'll sneak outside, or he'll set up like he's going to pretend to pass block here, and then you watch him sneak outside and catch the ball behind his teammates, and it's like a little moving wall. And it's called a screenplay. So what they're doing is they're pretending to throw the ball deep downfield, and then they dump it off to the running back who has blockers out in front of him.
And at the end there, he knocks down a wall.
Yes, yeah, well
a
he
human
finishes
wall.
the run, yeah.
Wow.
But normally you see those guys, like the opposition, jumping all over the guy with the ball. How rare was it to see someone get pushed off?
Well, it's kind of one of those things. If you believe you can run over someone, you try to do it because it's a psychological effect. And when Jarryd does something like that, it inspires the blockers that are blocking for him. They'll say, okay, we're not just blocking for some,
Aussie.
Aussie.
We're blocking for a guy who's going to get down there and actually finish the run and try to fight for extra yardage. And so I think that's very inspiring as a running back to do that.
Wow.
Paul, from what we understand, NFL is a game really purely about statistics. What are the statistics that matter the most? Is it the number of yards that a player can run? How many touchdowns, although they don't touch the ball down on the ground? I've since learned you kind of just run over the line. What are the statistics that matter the most?
who scores the more points usually is the best statistic, but in terms of for a running back, you would want to have an average of how many carries the running back has, how many yards per carry does the running back make. As a punt returner, it would be the same. Like Jarryd, I think, averaged 14 yards per punt return today. San Francisco last year as a team had, I think, 9 yards per punt return average, so he's already plus that by 5 yards in this game, and he actually did better than that average in previous games. Another important statistic would be turnovers, like not giving up the ball, like not fumbling it, not throwing interceptions. Also, how many times the quarterback drops back to pass the ball, how many completions he has as a quarterback, yards per play. There's a lot of different statistics, like the game of American football. Time of possession is another important statistic. How many first downs a team gets, because the more first downs they get, the more time of possession they have.
Paul, in Australia, we're making a big deal about this because it's an Australian who's on the radar. Is what Jarryd Hayne, what he's doing, what we're seeing, is it actually a big deal? Would this be making Americans go, hey, this guy's pretty good?
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal in the United States as well. Like I've heard commentators say that this is the story of the preseason in the NFL, and that's big news. John Madden has even, I don't know if you've heard of John Madden, he's a legendary coach. They named a TV game after him called Madden, NFL Madden.
Yeah.
And he's on there, he's already got Jarryd Hayne as one of his players, and he's telling the public that he should be on the team. A former player at the University of Hawaii, Jesse Sapolu, who played for the 49ers and has a couple of Super Bowl rings, he's saying that Jarryd Hayne should make the team. So there's a lot of Americans talking about Jarryd Hayne. It's big news.
Paul Manera, it's such a pleasure to meet with you. Thanks so much for coming in. And no doubt we'll be instilling your expertise as this Jarryd Hayne story just gets bigger and bigger. Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Paul. Well, to some breaking news now. 2 bodies have washed